Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Subject Computer Science for 12th Standard A section. Chapter 13 Python and CSV Files Part 2. Last class we discussed about the introduction, difference between the CSV and XLS file formats, and purpose of CSV file format, creating CSV file using Notepad, creating a CSV file using Microsoft Excel, or read and write a CSV file using Python. Now in this class we are going to discuss the following topics: read and write a CSV file using Python, reading a specific column, read a CSV file and store it in a list, read a CSV file and store a column value in a list for sorting, sorting a CSV file with a specific column. So let's start our class. First topic, CSV modules reader function. Of course, we already know how we can read the CSV file using Python. There was a function called open and read function, the default function for reading a CSV file. Now we are using a module, CSV modules reader function. So reader is a basic function used in CSV file reading the CSV files from Python. We can read all files one by one, that is record by record or by column itself. But the only condition is each and every CSV files data should be separated by any delimiters. The delimiters may be space, pipe, comma or any other symbol. So the syntax for using the CSV reader is, here you can see csv.reader. csv.reader is the CSV reader file syntax. So in there are three arguments or parameters for the function reader. One is file object, another one is delimiter, another one is fmt prompts. What is these three? They are the arguments. First one, file object. File object passes the path and node of the file. So the exact file location is passed in this file object. So this is the first argument or parameter of CSV reader file function. Second parameter is delimiter, where we want to mention how the data are separated, how the columns are separated, what the symbol are used in CSV file. That may be comma, that may be space, that may be pipe symbol. We want to mention in this second argument, that is delimiter. Third one is fmt prompts. This is the optional parameter which helps to override the default values of the dialects, like skip initial spaces, quoting, etc. can be omitted in this third argument. So these are the three important arguments of the reader. One is file object, we want to mention the file name. Second one is delimiter, we want to mention the delimiter symbol. Third one is optional, that is formed params, where we can use the skip initial spaces or quoting, etc. So CSV file data with the default delimiter is comma, CSV file data with space at the beginning, CSV file data with quotes, CSV file data with custom delimiters. These are the four options which we are going to discuss in this session. The first example, how to use a reader, CSV reader in Python. First, open the Python program. You open the file name p13.2. So select all programs, go to the Python. Select IDLE and open the file p13.2, where we are going to use the reader, CSV reader function. Press Ctrl plus O, type the file name p13.2. So this is the method where we are using a CSV reader. The first line, import CSV. In this line we import CSV module in our program. After that we use the with control structure, where we try to open the file. So this is the open function used here to open a specific file. File name is demo.csv, which was in the folder demo file for 12th A in desktop. So go to the desktop area and select the file which you are going to use here. So in demo desktop you can see the 12th A demo files. See demo for 12th A. So here we are going to open the file name called demo.csv. So this is the file which you are going to use in this program. So I'm going to open this demo CSV file in Excel format. So here you can see period 1, 2, 3, 4 Sunday English CS Max. So this is the CSV file data which we are viewing in Excel. Now we are going to access these files using the reader CSV module reader and displaying the Python program output. So here we use the open function where we try to open this demo file and store in the object called f. So next reader is equal to CSV reader. So where we pass the first uh, first parameter called file object, which was discussed now. So next we use the for loop where we use the row refers to each and every row in the file CSV file. So by using this f object we access the file and each and every row is considered as a record and each and every record is displayed in the row and printed using the for loop function. After that we try to close the function file. That's why we use the f.close function. Now I'm going to run this program. So now here you can see the output, that is the CSV file data are accessed one by one and display on the screen, that is period 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you can see each and every data is separated by comma. So we access this file, the CSV module CSV file using the reader function by passing a single argument called file object, and we use the for loop function for accessing each and every rows of the file and display one by one. After the closing, after when we reach the end of the file, we use this f.close function to close the CSV demo file. Now we are going to see the next topic called how we can use CSV modules reader function. So now we use the open and file function. Now we are going to use the CSV module reader function where we use the new dialects, where we use the register underscore dialog class of CSV module. A dialog describes the format of the CSV file that is to be read. In dialogs, the parameter skip initial space is used for removing white spaces after delimiter. So in the output you can see the data with the spaces is also displayed as it is in the file in the Python program. If you want to remove these spaces, the initial spaces, we can use the dialog method which is described in this program 13.3. Now I'm going to open the program. So open the file, control plus O, file name is P13.3, where we are using another argument of reader function, that is the dialog. See here we use the CSV register dialog method where we mention my dialog object is created and we mention the delimiter comma and skip initial value is equal to true. This is the three important arguments which is optional for dialog, but here we use this. So after that we create a object called f where we store the file name, so the same file name which we just now discussed, and we access the file by using the reader function where we pass two arguments. In the previous program we pass only one argument, that is f only, that is file object only. Now we are passing the dialog option. So what is the dialog? Dialog is a procedure where we try to access the CSV file and also change format of the CSV file. See here you can, these white spaces can be removed by registering new dialogs using csv.register underscore dialog class of CSV module. So we use this class to remove the white spaces before the data in which was stored in the CSV file. So in the output of Python you can see there was a space in the second row. So to remove these spaces we use this function, sorry, dialog class, and remove the function using the two option. One is skip initial space is equal to true. So this is the same as it is which we already discussed. Now when we run this program you can see the same file is accessed and printed on the screen, but the initial spaces are removed. So here also in the program 13.2 also we used to access the demo file, and in the program 13.3 also we used to access the same file, but here you can see the spaces, but here the initial spaces are removed. So when you open the original file, this is the original demo file. When you open this file, you can see the spaces, but at the time of accessing the file, CSV file in Python using the dialog, so here you can see the spaces are before in the second row of the CSV file, but these spaces are not displayed. These spaces are not displayed in the output when we access the file using the dialog classes. So here we use the skip initial space is equal to true. For example, if you make it as false, skip initial space is equal to false, save the file, and when you run this program, you can see the same file will display the spaces, initial spaces. But when you change the skip initial spaces is equal to true, then you can see the CSV reader function display the content of the CSV file without removing the initial spaces of the records. So here the initial spaces are removed. This is the use of skip initial spaces argument. So this is the spaces, and we use the delimiter function, and we use the CSV register underscore dialog class. So this dialog class is passed as an argument for reader function. See here, dialog is equal to my dialog. So this is the dialog name which we created here. If you want to change it, you can change it as your wish. But here in this exam, we name this dialog as my dialog. Now we are going to discuss the next function called CSV file data with codes. If you want to display any file with codes, the data contains the quoted file. If you want to view the same quoted data in the Python program also as a output, we use the same CSV register underscore dialog class where we mention the CSV underscore quote underscore all. So here CSV dot quote underscore all is the uh, option. This is the my dialog method. It should be used as it is. It is a case sensitive. If you change it, then it will display some error. So open the file 13.4 Python file. So here I am going to open the Python file 13.4 where we are using a second argument of CSV register class called quote. So 13.4. Here you can see we use the same dialog. We create a dialog, name it as a my dialog, and we also mention the delimiter. And here we use the new argument in my dialog called quoting is equal to csv dot quote. Quoting is equal to csv dot quote. So here you can see csv dot quote underscore all to display all the characters after double quotes. So when you run this file, you can see the output of the file. So first view the original file. The original file is demo5.csv file. So this is the original file which we are going to access here. So now I'm going to open the file. We can see the files are stored here, and they are separately stored. Now we are going to open this content in Python using the CSV reader module function. Now I'm going to run this function, run this program. Here you can see all the data are accessed and display on the screen to display the quoted data. So when you open the same file, original CSV file in Notepad, you can see the double quotes in that file content. So open the demo5.csv file in Notepad. Here you can see the double quotation. See serial number, codes, and 1 comma double quotation, double quotation, double quotation. In each and every date you can see the double quotation. These double quoted data can be accessed through this quote underscore all argument of dialog class. So this is the main use of this class accessing double quoted content. Now we are going to see the next topic in this Python, that is CSV file with a custom delimiter. For example, the default delimiter which we use in CSV file is comma. If you want to change it into another symbol, it may be space, it may be pipe. What will happen and how we can use that pipe filed CSV files in Python? So first open the program 13.5 where we use the pipe pipe content delimiter files, that is CSV file which content pipe as a delimiter, that is file name is 13.5. So here we access the demo6.csv file. So the original file is here. Now I am going to open this original file in notepad. So open with notepad. When you open this note content, you can see roll number. There was not comma, not a space, there was a pipe symbol. This is the pipe symbol used here as a delimiter. The default delimiter is comma, but here in the demo 6 we use pipe as a delimiter. So when we access this file, then we should change the delimiter symbol in the program. Here in this program you can see csv.register underscore dialog delimiter is equal to pipe. In previous program you can see there was a comma symbol, but here you can see there was a pipe symbol. So now I am going to run this program. You can see the content are accessed and display on the screen. So now when you change, you can see the each and every data or records are accessed and display on the screen. When you change this pipe symbol into comma, the default delimiter of a CSV file, and run the program, you can see the content are accessed as it is, and each and every row is considered as a data. So here you can see roll number, pipe name, comma, name, pipe city. So the each every row is considered as a single data. That's why it display the data as a the display each and every record as a data. But here when you use the pipe symbol as a delimiter, each and every data are separated by comma. And when we access the CSV file which contain pipe symbol as a delimiter and display on this Python program. So now I'm going to change the symbol into pipe. So now I'm going to run the program. So here you can see the same file is accessed and the data are separated by comma because we use the pipe symbol in this file, in this CSV file. Now we are going to access the next topic where we use to read a specific column in a file. In the previous examples we access the CSV file whole in whole file data are accessed. That means all the records and all the rows or all the columns are accessed. But here we are going to access a specific column from a file. To do this, we can understand this content using the program 13.6. So here we are going to learn how to access a specific column from a CSV file. We used to call the demo CSV file, and here we use the comma as a delimiter, and we use the skip initial spaces, and here we use the reader function, and here you can see we use a new object called call. So we already used the row to access every row. Now we are using a call function, call object of reader, where we use to access a specific column. So here on the original file you can see demo file consists of 5 columns where each and every column number was initialized with 0. So here you can see period 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 5 columns. Now we are going to access the 0 and third column. That means the 0 means the first column. Third means the fourth column. The fourth column is Max Urdu Chemistry. Now when I run this program, you can see only these 2 columns only. One is period, another one is the fourth column of the CSV file, that is 3 Max Urdu Chemistry. If you change the program, you can see there was a change in output also. For example, if you want to access the first column and second column, then you can mention the 0, 1 save the program, run the program. Now here you can see period first column. If you want to use only second and third column, then you can use the for the second column number as 1 and the third column number as 2. Now when you run this program, you can see the data are displayed, the second and third column of the CSV file. The second column is English, Science, ED, CS, Science, Chemistry, CS. So here we access the specific columns using the call object of the reader function. So now I hope you understand the concept how to access a specific column from a CSV file using reader function. Now we are using the reader function and access all the data of CSV file and store it in the list. So we are going to use the list and list append function where we access all the data and store each and every data into the list function. We can understand this, that is accessing CSV file and storing it into the list using the program 13.7. So open the Python program. So Python program 13.7. So control plus O P 13.7. So here you can see we use the import the CSV module and also we use the infile method. This is the object name infile. We can change it by in our daily routine work. So whatever file name we want, we can key here. Then we access the demo CSV file from demo for 12th standard year section and we open the file in read mode. That's why we use the open function and we mention the mode as a read. After the reader function is used to open the file and read the data of the file, and here we create a array value list. So of course when we already know lists are used to enclosed within the brace brackets. So here you sorry square brackets. So square bracket is used here for adding a data of CSV file of demo CSV file and store it in the variable array value, the list value variable. So we use the row object of reader function and access every row and used append function of array variable, that's a list function, and each and every row is stored in the variable called array value and we also print the content. After accessing all the data and storing it into the array value, and we close the file and we use to access the specific value, that is the first column or first row of the value. So now I'm going to run this program. So here you can see all the data are accessed and value of the array is displayed 0 of 0. So each and every data is stored in the list. So if you want to access, you want to mention the index number properly. For example, the first object index number is 00. The second one is 01, 02, 03, 04. So in the same manner 01, 10 11 12 13. So in the way we can access the specific list values stored in the list variable. So here when I change the program, you can see now I'm going to change the value as 10. So first column, when I run this program, you can see the output. So Sunday is accessed because we used the index value as 10. So this 1 is the second row index number and 0 is the first column index number. So here we want to mention the index number of array variable. Now we are going to see the next topic where we try to discuss the how to access the CSV file and also sort it using the sort function. So in this 13.8 we are going to discuss how to access a specific column from a CSV file and that specific data are sorted using the sort function. So open the file 13.8. Here we are using the same method for accessing the file and here we use the next function. So next function reader next of reader is used to skip the first line of the file, because first line of the file contains the heading of the data. See the file we are going to access this demo4.csv. So open the csv file, original demo file, demo.csv, demo4.csv. So this is the file which we are going to access here. So here you can see the first file, CSV file, first column consists of the heading. That's why to skip this heading row, we use the function next. After that, as usual, we create a array variable, array value list, and we use here the input prompt, where we try to get the input from the user and ask the user to give the number of the column from 0 to 3. So user want to enter any one of the number from 0 to 3. Depending upon the user input, the input was stored in the variable A, and the particular column was accessed using the row object using the for loop, and each and every row or particular column is appended in the array variable. Here each and every array variable was sorted. After sorting the value, we used to print the data of that particular value. So now I'm going to run the program. So here you can see the original file. So if you want to access the particular column, you want to enter the particular column number here. So each and every column number starts from 0. So if you want to access the profit column, then you want to enter the column number as 3, because the first column number is 0, second column number is 1, third column number is 2, and fourth column number is 3. So here I am going to enter the column number as 3, and when I try to enter, you can see all the data are accessed, but the only difference is these data are sorted. So all the data are accessed and all the data are sorted and printed on the screen depending upon the input given by the user. So again I am trying to run the program. So here you can see I am going to give the input as 1. So here you can see all the data of second column and sorted according to user input in the descending order, and they displayed on the screen. So this is how we try to access a particular column of CSV file and how they we sort the data. Next we are going to access the view the next topic, where we try to access a particular column as well as we access the depending upon a single input, we can access the entire CSV file content. So in this program we are going to see the file's entire contents is transferred to a list, then the list of rows is sorted and displayed in ascending order of the quantity. So here we are going to open the same file and we try to access all the data, and all the data are sorted depending upon a single column. So 13.9, where we access all the rows of the CSV file, and we also sort that particular file data using single column. So here we use the second class called operator. This is the first time which we are using this operator class. So here we use to import the operator class including the CSV class. After that we open the file csv.file, and all the data are stored in the object called data, and we use the next function to skip the heading of that file, and sorted list file is created, and each and every time the data are accessed by using the operator. Key is equal to operator dot item getter. Item getter is the method used in the operator class to access a particular column. So depending upon the particular column we access, we sort every data and store into the variable sorted list, and after that the whole data was stored. So here we access demo4.file CSV file, where we sort the data depending upon the first column. So here you can see the original file. Now I am going to run the data. Here you can see all the data are accessed, and depending upon the first column all the data are sorted. with the first column name is inserted in the key operator item getter function of operator class. If you want to change the column, here you can change the column number. So now I'm going to enter the column number as 2. Now I am going to run the program. The first time I give the column number as 0. So depending upon the first column, all the data are transferred. Now I am going to enter. Now I enter the column number as 2. That's why depending upon the third column, that is 10, 12, 50. Depending upon the third column, all the records are sorted. So this is the how we access the CSV file content, as well as we sort the CSV file content depending upon the user input. I hope you understand how to use the CSV file and how to access specific column, as well as how to sort the specific column in the CSV file. Now we are going to see the next topic in our next class. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Best of luck for your public examination. Prepare well. If you have any doubt, contact me through WhatsApp or call me. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.